Ah, we were just on our way back. This is our field. There's the Malvern Hills. Recognisable. Wow. Look at this bit of green in between. It makes it look extended. It makes it look as if, well, you're not far off the Malverns. But here we have an old oak tree. Yes, it's dead. Yes, it was rotten. But no, it didn't fall down. It was cut down. Actually, I came here and cleaned a lot of this up. There's a few more pieces here. I'm burning it at the moment. It's lovely wood. But of course, you know, you get the tree companies, surgeons, etc. Just chop it down. But they don't say that. They're only employed to do what they're told. So who knows why this was cut down. We have empty houses behind us and planning permission granted to build in this field. Okay, and this is at the back of me. But let me go and have a look now. I found out something remarkable about this new technology, smartphones, is that you can just pause this and then carry on. So I can post a big long video instead of little bits. Thank you, I'll be back. Right, we're approaching the west to east gate out of this field. Remarkable trees. The specimens are remarkable. Of course, they're all in doubt whether they'll survive, let alone the wild wildlife. There you have, wow. You have a lovely cloud on the hills today. We're getting a lot of rain, and I'm really sorry in the rest of the world that some people don't get rain. Huh. Oh Lord. Anyway, there we are, houses. Now, remarkable oak tree, that one. That is part of the owl field, that one. Yes. Yes. I can tell you times when I've seen probably 200 crows in that tree. Well, they'll have to find somewhere else to go, won't they? But if everybody gave £1, I'm hoping, you never know. Social media battles against bureaucrats, especially ones that come up and tell us how we're going to have things done. Well, I don't agree with that. I agree with a bit of democracy. I agree with local people deciding local issues. And this is now unresolved. This pathway here is terribly muddy. And it's muddy at the moment, but anyway. Here's the gate. There's a lot of these houses. They're all post-war prefabs. Now, what you can see at the moment is just boarded up, ready to come down. Well, when we get out into the square, not quite Albert Square, we can see what the local kids have done. They put all holes in all the windows and took some of the tiles off and things. Well, they were asked why they did it. They said, well, they're coming down anyway. Somebody had said to them, well, don't throw stones in them windows. Somebody might be living in there soon, because we have a crisis in the world. Oh, no. They've not been told that, so all they know is it's coming down, so why not smash all the windows? And here we have, just behind here, is where they're catching all the slow worms. I'm hoping when they caught all the slow worms, they can start on the fast ones, because the fast ones will be harder to catch. I know they will. I'm going to scare a few. But anyway, let us go on through this alleyway to see some more damage. I'm just going to pause. No, I'm not going to pause. I'm going to carry on, because there you have British Rail, all exposed like that. It was lovely. They got so much wildlife on that track. I never see a fox, ever see a fox since they cut it all down. I never see a pheasant. Oh, I have, sorry. One came in the garden. I think he thought this was paradise in our garden compared to the railway. But that's all. I've never seen anything down there now, actually. And yet that railway is an access into what was paradise, because they would get to this point and then they would spill out into the fields, and all the animals used to be here, but they've disappeared. Global warming, or could it be something else? I don't know. Yeah, I'm usually with the dog at this point, and I thought the dog was with me, but no, the dog isn't. But we'll walk up here. This is obviously a contraption that they've made. Very good. Yeah, well, we do want to get them out of here. If they're coming down, I don't want them near here, because these houses are prefabricated and probably contain asbestos. One of the most lethal things you could possibly breathe. Pan round. We have a school. Oh no, well, we've got to go a bit further down to see the school. I can see it through the fence, look. The little white building stuck up there. That's a school. Well, next door to that is one of the houses. Now, I've already said about the terrible waste and the terrible, wow. Yes. But you see, in this world, money always counts, and money always is what everybody wants. Look at this, left like this. Yeah, well, why not leave it like that? Huh? Look at that tree. She's just about to blow all her leaves and end up a bony. And this one too. She's still hanging on to a bit. We've had some gusts, but we have one further down there in between, in the middle, that's lost her leaves. And she won't be very healthy, because they're going to build houses there in what this is known as Malvern's Green Long. One of Malvern's Green Longs. Because I say that there is many green longs in Malvern that need to be kept green long. Look at the way they've kept these. Look at the way they've let them just fall to bits. Satellite dishes alone must be worth probably current rate of putting them up. Probably a few £1,000s of the satellite dish there, all the way around. Look, I'm surprised nobody's come to Malvern and pitched camp. But there you go, there it is. Maybe they'd get something done if somebody did come and pitch camp. But it's in the balance, it's all in the balance. And we're walking through now, it's a very wet day, we're walking through now to where a beautiful tree used to be, and I didn't even know what this tree was. I think it was a sycamore, but I'm not sure. It was probably some type of maple, but there we are. That's the remains of it. That's what man can do. He can cut trees down. Well, I cut trees down, but I don't cut them unless they're in the way. They have to be cut, they have to be trimmed, or I just get wood that somebody else has cut is the easiest way for me. So here we are. This is all the way around houses. in the heart of Malvern. Empty, about to be pulled down. But it isn't happening. This has been going on now for 2-3 years. Okay, it's been stopped because of the slow worms. And with all these tiles off, there must be loads of bats in there by now. So that'll be that, won't it? The bats will be stop slowing it down. So it'll just remain like this now. And you can see quite a few with the boards off. It'll remain like this now until something gets done, either to tidy it up or to buy it back for the Malvern people. That's what. Not just for Malvern people, but for anybody. You know, anybody. First of all as housing, then as visitors' quarters. Come and see Malvern. Come and visit Malvern's green lawn. Please. We could do with the visitors. Not too fast all at once, but spread it over. Look at this here. Look at this. This. Huh. I know it's a dilapidated house, but look. They're not apples, by the way. I wouldn't eat them. I wouldn't eat them because they have not got one little grub hole that I can see. And if the grubs don't eat them, I don't eat them. So, a warning, don't eat apples like that, especially kids. That's the thing, see, a lot of people use this, now we've got the access. Now we've got all what's going on. Look at all the way around here. People have been taking plants because, well, why not? They're going to be dug up anyway, you see. So the kids get the same idea. Well, you know, we need a skateboard park. There's no kids here at the moment, otherwise I'd interview them. But, you know, no. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here's a window all smashed in. Well, my dog can't come over here for a start. Look at this. Huh. But what do you expect? I might have the hinges off that actually, because I've seen those hinges. Those are now it's gone and it's down on the floor. You know, I mean, look at this. This one's clearing up, to be honest. Oh, hey, dear. Look at this. In this day and age, this should never happen. Yeah, here's a man with 2 dogs. Huh. All right. Hello. I've usually got mine with me, but not at the moment. Take care. Right, now we're going up to it. Right. Going up to all this. Look at this. Well, I mean, you know, people used to live here, so they had possessions. Even microchips, look. Even microchips they had. Huh, circuit boards. I wonder what that was off. Huh? I don't know. Anyway, the kids will be in. Look at them. They've got the windows open. Them hinges are good. 90-degree hinges those are. That's what I like. 90-degree hinges. Yeah. This is a skateboard park. And it looks, wow, it looks a bit bare really for a skateboard park, isn't it? They've had to put things together and try and they've made a bit of a mess, and so what? Ask kids to clear it up, kid, and they're the first ones to do it. If you ask them nicely, of course. Look at the bloody, wow, they've thrown some sticks at that, or stones. So, here we are. Oh, here we go, blackbirds. I tell you what, the birds are loving this. Oh, They absolutely loved it. Yesterday morning I was here at dawn, at the time of the dawn chorus. There's another train going past. As you can see, the noise is tranquil just for the train. While we're on that subject, please, British Rail, or if it's not British Rail anymore, but whoever runs the squealy train through Malvern, please could you do something about it, put an oil can on it or something, you know. Put an engineer on it. Anyway, if you got any left, I shouldn't say too much, you know, because here we are. We're going through this little passage now, which the guy I just spoke to has come through. A lot of people use this. I mean, this is what I call Malvern. This is because it's where I live. But this access here is used by so many people. And look, you have what I consider is probably natural accident there, where the tree has been collapsed in on itself, but I can't see any evidence unless somebody has done something. But of course, where we are now is owned by a West Malvern school, and this has been described in recent planning applications as a wildlife, what is it, corridor. Anyway, we'd nearly passed that then. Here is a stream. How's that in Malvern? Huh? There's a stream. The water's up, the leaves are down, but there's a stream. Now, how much wildlife relies on that stream? We won't know until something happens and they pull it all down and they chop it all up and they block it all off and they concrete it all over, because that's what this is doing. It's concreting in the gaps, and if you do that, we're liable to flood. How much water does this all absorb naturally? I know we've got houses there, but they're only little footprints. What they're talking about is paths and special materials, and we'll put this down and the amenity benefit of this will be so great. And well, what amenity benefit can you get more than this? This, I shouldn't shout, but this, parts of this wildlife corridor has never had a human foot in it. That's laughable, isn't it? But it's true. I've tried and I can't get in. But look at the trees. They've grown so tall in here because they're trapped for sunlight. They need to get up, so they've got up quick. Tall and thin. All this is at risk. So, let's go through to the next position. I'm enjoying this, to be honest, because this has been on my mind and I need to tell people the real story about what people are having to tolerate when they shouldn't have to. And I support the people of Lincolnshire. Here we go, we're into the field where the houses are going to go. Well, first of all, you notice it's a ploughed field. Well, that wasn't the case probably, I don't know how many months this has happened for now. Maybe a few months, I don't know. There's your wildlife corridor. That's where we've just come out of. All these are public footpaths to be disappeared. There's your wildlife corridor. When I say to the public about footpaths, councils demand that you keep them. Then they can't alter them. Because planners, first of all, they'll say, oh yes, we'll keep all your public footpaths, but they won't be in the same place. Well, they're not public footpaths then, are they? That's my answer to that one. Yes, they're not keeping your public footpath. This field has been deliberately, I won't say who, because again I'm be liable, but deliberately ploughed up. But what it exposed was a lot of Malvern rock. Now this rock is 200 million years old, and it tells, every piece of it tells a bit of history. To me, every piece tells a bit of history. I love it, I absolutely love it. It's the oldest rock in the world, somewhat sort of. And in the Pangea time, it came through the equator. Can you believe it? And it's eventually arrived here on a rainy day. But this field, they've left us with the public footpaths, or what they term public footpath. Well, straight away, this isn't the way I would normally have come across this field. So that's not my footpath. And I know that a lot of people would not have walked this way. They'd have gone a different route. But they can't now, because the planners are here. You know, I'm very surprised. This field, the way it's looking at the moment, it hasn't become a fly tip area. We're talking about Haslan Fields now. This is the proposal for Haslan Fields. Now, the proposal, as I have looked at, was at the council meeting until I suppose I had to go, because I found I was probably making the case worse by staying, asking too many questions. And yes, there's Haslan Road. There. You have a development there just at the back of these trees which has took place, and probably, yeah, it's no problem. No problem. I've been around there, it's nice. I don't know what it was like before, but this is a huge area. Now, if Malvern Town Council happened to watch this, who were in support of preserving this for the public amenity, then this field, if Malvern Town Council owned it, would be ideal for a new cemetery and allotments. Wow, you could get, they've already turned the soil up and exposed everything, so yeah, we'll have the rocks off first, and we'll do something with those rocks, because I know what to do with those rocks. Yes, I've had quite a few of them already, but to me, the smaller ones are so good for paths as ballast. Natural paths. Drain, put them around trees.